Game Chat with Bwana episode 67 starting right about now.
Welcome to Game Chat with Bwana, your source for gaming news and reviews. Now, here's Bwana McCall.
This is Game Chat with Bwana. Game Chat with Bwana episode. It's Game Chat with Bwana episode 67. Thanks everybody for coming by. We're here live at Bwana.tv and at twitch.tv/Bwana. We do this every Monday night at about 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today is August 27th. The month of August is almost over, guys. We're almost done with this year. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Yeah, you can, because you look at the calendar, you go, yeah, today's August 27th, you stupid man on the internet. That's what calendars are for, you stupid man. Anyway, this is Game Chat with Bwana. What we do here at Game Chat with Bwana is that we talk about the last 7 days of gaming news. The last 7 days of gaming news, and we try to find the best stories on the internet. We go to our favorite sites, our favorite bookmarks, our aggregators, our Twitters, our Facebooks, and we try to find the best stories on the internet. We talk about them here, but we don't always find them here. We don't always find them. That's why we have our forums at Bwana.tv/forums, where you guys can go to our thread and sign up, and you can post stories that we don't talk about here. We call that augmentation. Augmentation. Augmentation is when you augment something with tation. Yes, Game Chat with Bwana. Then we talk about those stories that you guys post over on the forums. And then after that, we have what's called Title Time, which is why 100% of you are here. You don't care about the stories. You just want to submit a snazzy title based on the stories that we talk about. We vote on set titles in the chat room, and then whoever is the winner, they win them accolades of Game Chat with Bwana-ness, because they're so awesome, and you'll hear about them shortly. Game Chat with Bwana episode 67. That's 67 times, y'all. Let's go.
Game Chat with Bwana would not be possible without the support of our corporate partners. Twitch.tv, Wirecast, YouTube, and 123 Systems. Thank you all for your support of Game Chat with Bwana.
And for our first story, we're going to talk about PAX. No, we're not. We're going to talk about the release date of the release date announcement. That's right. A lot of us have been looking forward to this action RPG game called Torchlight 2. And we're going to get a release date of the release date announcement. Aren't you excited? There's been a release date announced for the release date announcement. We're going to know when it's going to be released on this date, because it's a release date announcement. Yes. So Torchlight 2, they've been telling us all this time that it's going to be coming out in the summer. And summer's got like almost less than a month left before it's over. So, and we haven't really got any updates except that, yeah, we're still working on it. So this was one of the first real updates regarding the release date from our guys behind Torchlight 2. Very, very highly anticipated game. I don't know if those of you who played the first one, but I got a lot of enjoyment out of it, mainly because of the mods that people put into it. And it really added to the replayability of the game. The art style was pretty good. And the pets, love them pets in Torchlight 2. So I played in the Torchlight 2 beta, and I couldn't get enough of it. It was very, very fun. Lots of things to do. Just really wish I had more time and less games to play. Too many games, man. Too many games. There was a lot going on at the time, but I still squeezed some time in for Torchlight 2. So PAX Prime is coming up this particular weekend. Lots of cool announcements, lots of cool trailers, lots of cool new things of gaming news are going to be announced at PAX. This is the first. This is the release date announcement of the release date. So we're going to be looking forward to finding out when exactly Torchlight 2 is going to come out. And if they give us like a Q2, Q1, I don't know what they want to call it, Q7 2014, then I'm going to be angry for 16 seconds. And we're going to call them on the phone and we're going to write them a stern letter. And say, you promised us a release date. I've been waiting, and I've been waiting, and I didn't buy Diablo 3. I didn't even play Path of Exile. I've been waiting, and I've been waiting. And you haven't given me anything yet. I can't take it anymore. Check it out, guys. This is over on their website. What is it called? This is Torchlight2Game.com. I knew it was Torchlight 2 something. They got the details over there about their announcement, release date announcement of the release date announcement, about the release date announcement, about the release date. For our next story, we're going to talk about Tribes. Tribes Ascend. This is a game that is near and dear and nearest and dearest and nearester and nearester to my hearteth of hearts. Tribes Ascend is a first-person / third-person high-impact shooter game with skiing and jetpacks and capture the flag where you frag people and you yell, "Shotspot!" Like Mork and Mindy did back in them 70 time periods. 70s. I apologize for the blinking, guys. Apparently my light bulb's going out in my desktop presenter program. Just have to deal with it. I don't know what to do about it. Just do it. But anyway, Tribes Ascend is getting an update. The update's already hit. It's called Blitz, and it's a new capture the flag mode, trying to inject new life into the game. And they also did some things with the Technician class, which is probably the most newbie-friendly class out there. But this Blitz mode, this allows you to play Capture the Flag just like you normally do. If you never played Capture the Flag, basically you have to defend your flag while getting the other team's flag and bringing it back to your base. So you have to keep your flag safe as well as bring their flag to your base to get a point. Blitz adds a little twist to it. They go, okay, you've captured the enemy's flag. We're just going to move it now. We're just going to move the flag somewhere else. So every time you capture the flag in Blitz, the flag moves to a different location. And the final location is like inside the base. So you can't like do like a fast route or a cap to win the game. You actually have to go in and penetrate their defenses and get inside their base. It's actually a pretty fun mode. And I've been playing quite a bit of it since the update. And I really, really like it. The next thing they added was the Technician class. Got a new skin. Got a new weapon. Got a new belt item. And he got a new turret. Let's talk about this weapon first. It's called the TCN-24. The TCN-24 is kind of like a baby plasma rifle. If you've ever played the Raider class in Tribes, you know that he has a plasma rifle that can shoot these round balls of death that have like insane hitboxes. The TC-24 is kind of akin to that, but it doesn't have the crazy hitbox detection that the plasma rifle does. And the rate of fire is about the same. And I think it fires about 4 rounds. It's a little bit weaker as well. After playing a little bit, I think I'm going to opt for the Thumper though. The Thumper on the Technician is just absolutely insanely powerful. I don't think they're going to top that. But this is a great alternative if you want to try it out. The next thing they added was this repair kit thing. You can see it down here. It's a little thing that you drop next to a deployable or next to a base item, and it just automatically repairs it. So this is great if you want to repair a base item and you want to defend it at the same time without having to watch your back with a repair gun. See, I did that. Watch your back like I'm actually in the game. I'm watching. I get into it, man. I get into it. The next thing is that EXR turret. This is the big sister, cousin, uncle of the already fabulous turret that the Technician class has. It fires missiles that do. It fires. I think it fires some bullets as well as some missiles at targets, but it does a little bit less damage. And after using this for a while, I didn't see any benefit of it. It was kind of bad. I was a little bit disappointed. I thought it would do a little bit more damage, so hopefully they'll be able to buff this. And the final thing is this skin. The skin is kind of bad, guys. The skin is probably the worst skin they've come out with since they've been introducing new skins, but it's a different look. You can kind of see the guy's face through the blue shield. It's called the Specialist skin. I just don't like it that much. It doesn't stand out like the other ones do. But it is an option if you want to jazz up the look of your Tribes class. Now, Tribes of Sin is a free-to-play game. This is how they monetize things. They're going to add skins and cosmetic items, but they're also going to give you the option to pay to get these new weapons, but you can optionally earn these weapons and items via XP. Check it out, guys. This is over on joystick.com. They got the details about Tribes of Sin newest update called Blitz, and this game is free-to-play and available on Steam. You can add me on there. I am Bwana TV.
Game Chat with Bwana is recorded live before a worldwide audience every Monday night. You can participate by suggesting news stories. Just register an account in our forums at bwana.tv/forums.
Okay, dokie. Next story we're going to talk about is that game that came out, that's coming out tomorrow officially, but I think they had a head start on Saturday, early Saturday. I don't know if I can remember the name of this game. It's hardly been talked about at all. Nobody's really been hyping it up. It's just one of those games that's slipping under the radar. I don't think a lot of people know about this. This is probably going to be a Game Chat with Bwana exclusive. I think other people might have to watch the show to get the scoop on this game, because absolutely nobody knows about this game that I'm particularly going to talk about. This is Guild Wars 2, guys. Guild Wars 2. It's a first-person shooter by Treyarch that's coming out. I just made every fanboy out there just gaggle like a goose in their suit. Gaggle on, fanboys. It's okay. I know what the game is. It's an MMO FPS. From Sony Online Entertainment. No, it's a MMORPG. From Hi-Res Studios. It's an MMORPG from ArenaNet. And, yeah. I'm not going to talk about this article. This is a great article that Rock, Paper, Shotgun, they gave their opinions on it. Levels 1 through 15. And they give some good details on the things that they like and the things they dislike, most of which I agree with, which is why I linked it in this show. But I want to talk about my experiences with the game, particularly at launch, which have been very, very limited. Most of my experience has come from the open or the beta weekend events. I didn't get to play a whole lot this weekend. But the time I did play, I did note some improvements, and I noticed some things were the same. And I also noticed some problems. So those of us who have played a lot of MMOs in the past, we were kind of happy to see some of the changes. I think when you play a lot of MMOs, you're kind of excited when somebody takes a chance and does something a little bit different. Let's make that clear, because there's been a lot of hype around Guild Wars 2 that they're doing things drastically different from everybody else. No, it's kind of drastically different from what Guild Wars has done in the past. They've taken little elements that other games have done successfully. They've kind of mixed and mingled them a little bit, and they've put their own little twist on them. Notably, the ability to level multiple ways. You can level via PvP. You can level via crafting, which I really, really like. If you don't want to, and the light bulb just went out, let's change it. You can level via crafting. You can level via fighting. Lots of different ways to level up. You can do these quests. Now, they don't call them quests. They're not quests. No, they're not quests. We don't have a quest. I don't know. They're still quests to me. They have these areas where you can go to and you help these people out. And they tell you to stomp some rabbits and kick some spider webs and fill some barrels and pick some corn. Hey, sounds like a quest to me, but you got the option of doing multiple things. You can also do these storyline quests, which really are the traditional type of quest line where you're following a story progression of a character. So you've got a lot of options of leveling up, which is great, because not everybody wants to level up the same way. You don't want to just go out and grind. And, the first few levels of any MMO are boring. I think people need to realize that when they play Guild Wars 2 with any MMO. Don't prepare it to be knocked off your feet in the first 10 hours. It's just not going to happen. You really got to invest some time to get to the meat of the game. That's the truth with any MMORPG. So my experience with the game is that it gives you a lot of options. And I've yet to explore all those options. So I'm kind of excited to try them all. I've tried PvP. I've tried World v World. That's another way you can level up. I haven't tried crafting. I'm going to dive into crafting probably very, very soon, between today and tomorrow. My wife is big into crafting. She says the crafting system is really good in this. So, and I think I read today on my Google Reader thread that somebody hit level 80 through crafting, the max level. They're basically, their guild was just tossing them materials and just pumping this guy up and got him to level 80 through crafting. So that's, if you don't want to fight, you don't have to. You can just cook all day. Make some beans. We like beans. Now, one of the things that I did not particularly like in the beta, and one of the things that I saw was still there and I thought it was fixed, but it's still there, is this overflow system. And this is where the fanboys are gonna, and I say fanboys, these are the extreme people. If you like the game, you're not necessarily a fanboy. The fanboys are kind of mad about this because it's getting a lot of attention, as it should. This overflow system is failing right now. What's an overflow system, Bwana? Well, that's basically when the world instance that you're trying to connect to is full. And they say, okay, you can't connect there. We're just going to throw you into this overflow, or this world that, you know, we're just going to throw random people in until that system that you're trying to get into opens up, or a slot opens up. The problem with the overflow system is that it's very, very difficult to party up with people. And when you talk about an MMORPG, and this is what our Rock, Paper, Shotgun is saying, that's a very, very important thing with an MMORPG. You really want to party up with friends. I mean, otherwise, why won't you just play a single-player RPG? There's no need to even play with other people. Then they have this thing that they added. When I first started in beta weekend events, it was really, really bad. It was terrible. It was like no choice. Now, they added this thing where you can join, when you party up with somebody, you can join their instance. They have a join button, which is broken at the moment. At the moment of this writing, and I don't know if it's fixed yet. I'll have to check it. It was broken. So that will give you the ability to join your friends in their party instance. Now, I play games like Rift and Terra, and even the Secret World has a pretty decent system where you can just pick a channel. They've got a list of channels. I'm like, okay, channel 1's full, channel 2's full, we're going to throw you in channel 3. And you party up with people like, all right, let's go to channel 10. And you go there and you play. I don't see a problem with that system. And the Secret World, from what I've read, is that their system, they just automatically throw you into the same instance with your party seamlessly. You don't even have to do anything. So while this design may look good on paper, in practice, it is not very, very good to use when certain components don't work. I know the design considers that component should work, but when you can't join on a friend, you're basically stuck. And I even read that some people were using the Hall of Monuments thing where you can, I think you can teleport to a particular guy or something, and basically you just keep shuffling through that teleport until you get to the instance you want to. It's kind of bad. But playing with friends is kind of an important thing. So let's hope that this is resolved for the official launch. And I was telling my wife this. I'm like, well, this to me is the real stress test. Those other beta weekend events, I don't think they were real stress tests. This is the real stress test. This is where people are going to come play if they have early access. As you can see, if you've been following the stories and Twitters, they've had a lot of problems. Just about every part of the game has had to be fixed. And you probably ask yourself, well, why did they have a stress test if, you know, these things? Well, the other things, they weren't true stress tests. I think this is a true stress test. I think we pre-purchased to be part of a stress test. Because come tomorrow, most of these things are going to be fixed. So when people buy the game, most of these things are going to be ironed out. And a month from now, none of these things are even going to be talked about. And, you know, it's just true with MMORPGs. The launches are really, really bumpy, which is why I was so impressed with Rift in their launch. Rift's launch was the smoothest, and I don't play Rift today, but it was the smoothest launch I've ever been a part of. I was like, oh my goodness, there's like nothing wrong. What the heck? And there was a lot of people playing. So hopefully people can learn from that and get better with their launches. And I warned people, I warned my wife, I said, there's going to be problems at launch. I don't care how many stress tests they have. There's going to be problems at launch. But overall, guys, the game is solid. There's a lot to do, a lot of options. We don't know if the content that's there is going to be, sustainable for 6 months or more. I think a lot of people are talking about that. Is there enough in the game to keep you coming back? But for now, it's a one-time pay game with no monthly subscription. So I think that's a good deal. So check it out, guys. This is over on Rock, Paper, Shotgun. They got the details about their first impressions of Guild Wars 2. I'm telling you about my Guild Wars 2 first impressions. They're fairly positive. Still some issues, but the game itself is pretty decent. Now, before I move on, I want to talk quickly about the combat. I forgot to talk about the combat. Combat needs work. I see what they're going for. I see what they're trying to do with the Guild Wars 2 combat. Still needs work. Doesn't feel quite there yet. I think a lot of people who play know about the dodge system. They just don't do it because it's kind of non-intuitive controls. I'm basically going to have to remap to a different key to dodge because the double tapping thing it's just not working. And I go back to Terra's combat. I think Terra nailed it with their combat. Guild Wars 2 at Terra's combat, I would recommend this thing head over fist. Just like, head over fist. But it needs work. And I'm going to have to get used to it because I kept getting hit a lot. And people are like, well, you got to dodge. I'm like, I'm tapping the button. It's a goofy mechanic. So I'm going to have to find the mouse button or something to bind the dodge so that when I hit that button, I will dodge in the direction that I'm moving. But guys, check it out. Rock, Paper, Shotgun got the details about that. Now, let's talk about this Ubisoft thing. Ubisoft is apparently going to embrace free-to-play. Yay. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. They're going to embrace free-to-play in the future, which is what everybody's doing. We've been talking about the trend. We've been talking about how different companies are realizing the revenue potential of free-to-play. But Ubisoft takes a twist in their announcement here. I don't understand this scapegoat of piracy. Piracy is a problem. Nobody's denying that. And in this article, Ubisoft basically says that 93 to 95% of PC games are pirated. Basically, if you look at the amount of player bases of any PC game, this is what he's saying. It's about 93 to 95% is pirated. Now, without giving any proof, any hard numbers, or anything based on their data, I'm gonna have to call shenanigans. Because if you look at the context of this statement, he's saying that on PC, it's about 5 to 7% of players who pay for free-to-play. Don't know where he got that. But then he says, well, it's only normally about that pay for a game anyway. The rest is pirated. And I'm going to call shenanigans because I don't think he knows what he's talking about. If only 7%, 5 to 7% of your base is paying for a PC game, how in the world are you still in business? You're going to say consoles make up for that 93%? I don't know. And Ubisoft has got the most draconian, the word I want to use, DRM probably out there. Their DRM is probably one of the worst out there. So naturally, they're going to stand against piracy. But I just don't believe this. I don't believe it. I don't think the number's that high. I think piracy is a huge problem. It hasn't gone anywhere. I'm not going to sit here and put my head in the sand and go, nope, no piracy, no piracy. You're just lying. No, there is piracy. And we don't like it. I talk about here on my channel that, I'm totally against piracy. I buy every game that I have. And I tell people not to even talk about piracy in my channels because I don't want to hear about it. because it's not something that I would do. So, but I know people do it, and they have no remorse. They're like, well, I'll just pirate it. Like, why you get? They don't consider piracy to be quote unquote stealing, and that's a whole separate argument. But this guy says 93 to 95% of their games of their sales, I guess, are pirated of their player base. Now, like I said, unless I see some hard evidence of this, there is just a shenanigans. There's no way it's that high. No way it's that high. No way. No way. No way. Now, the free-to-play model, basically gives the game away for free, and the model is designed so that if you do pirate, I don't know, how would you pirate a free-to-play game? You would essentially be hacking the system, generating fake currency, and doing things like that, which people will probably argue is not stealing either. So free-to-play is making a lot of money because there's no barrier to entry. It's basically anybody can start playing if you have a PC that's good enough for it. And the model has been very successful as of late. So while I agree with the trend that he's saying here, that companies really should embrace free-to-play for some of their titles. I mean, EA did it a while ago with their Battlefield Heroes and these other titles. I mean, a lot of the other big companies weren't even thinking about free-to-play, and EA came out with Battlefield Heroes. But these guys, to use piracy as a scapegoat, I don't buy. I just don't buy. I got to see some hard numbers on this, because that's just way, way too high. Check it out, guys. This is over on GamePolitics.com. They got the details of Ubisoft's claim that 93 to 95% of you guys pirate. No, they didn't say that. They basically said that 93 to 95% of their games sales, or their games player base, is pirated. So check it out, guys. They got the details over there if you want to get more on the story.
Please support Game Chat with Bwana by turning off your ad blocking software.
Okay, let's talk about this Minecraft. Now, if you're an Xbox 360 owner of Minecraft, you might want to close your ears. Just close your ears, walk away, get a drink. I don't know. Go in the corner, do the Running Man. Entertain yourself. Break dance on the carpet. Sing a song to your mom. You might want to go do something else. Because the latest PC version of Minecraft, which we call snapshots, these are basically builds that they share with the community to test, contains some new changes, which will probably ultimately end up in the main game. The first of which is called a Wither Boss. Yes. A Wither Boss is a 3-headed floating skeleton torso. 3-headed floating torso. That shoots exploding skulls from each head. Who comes up with this stuff? It's a 3-headed floating skeleton torso that shoots exploding skulls. It's like somebody was drinking bad Kool-Aid and playing Doom and said, man, Minecraft would be awesome. A 3-headed floating skeleton that shoots floating skulls. Man, that would be awesome. Who comes up with this stuff? But anyway, new boss, 3-headed floating skeleton torso that shoots exploding skulls. That's the weird part. the next part's actually kind of cool. We're going to be getting potatoes and carrots. Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in the stew. Potatoes, and we're getting carrots. Yes. Yes. And carrots are going to be a key ingredient for, get it, wait for it. Invisibility potions, because carrots allow you. Carrots. Carrots. Invisibility potions. So splashing the potion will make you and any surrounding mobs invisible, but will not affect your armor or any items you happen to be carrying. So that's going to be coming in the latest snapshot. Apparently this monster is not in the world in the snapshots yet, but it is in the file, so people can spawn them if they choose to, just like the giants are. Have you ever seen the giant giant zombies on some people's worlds? They're not actually in the game, but they're in the file, so you can spawn them. But yeah, the wither boss, baked potatoes, carrots, and indivisible with liberty and just invisibility potions are coming to Minecraft Snapshot. We're going to be getting this pretty soon, probably in our release. Like I said, 360 guys, I hope you were singing the song to your mom, because you ain't getting this for a long time. That's just the way it is. Check it out, guys, over on joystick.com. They got the details over there. And for our final story, we're going to be talking about that game. Oh, this game. Final Fantasy Versus 13. Which has been, like, delayed forever. Hasn't been shown since, like, 2006-ish. And it was even rumored to be canceled. I don't know if you guys saw a few weeks ago that they were talking about canceling Final Fantasy Versus 13. And people were like, where's this rumor coming from? Because it looks so delicious. But apparently, the exec producer says that it's turning out to be unbelievably amazing. Go! That's exactly what he did. They're like, exec producer, how is Final Fantasy Versus 13 coming out? He said, it's going to be unbelievably amazing. Oh! So yeah, that's what he's quoted as saying here. He says, turning out to be unbelievably amazing. And that's the first we've heard about the title that's non-negative for a very, very, very long time. So hopefully we'll see something soon that's unbelievably amazing. Otherwise, people are just going to continue to speculate that the game's going to go down the drain and be canceled, because Square Enix is kind of in a funk right now. They're having some issues over there. You know, Final Fantasy 13 and 14 weren't exactly the most successful releases. Even though I enjoyed 13, 14, everybody knows what happened with that. But Versus 13 apparently is going to be unbelievably amazing. Check it out, guys. This is over on this website called PlayStation Lifestyle. They got the details over there. That concludes my stories that we have tonight. We're going to move on to our user submitted stories, which you guys have submitted over on Bwana.tv/forums.
Do you love game chat? Are you looking for a way to show your appreciation? Become a Bwana.tv premium subscriber. Check out the details at Bwana.tv/donate.
Okay, we're going to go over to Bwana.tv/forums, where you can sign up and talk about stuff. Yes. For our first set of stories, we're going to look to see what people have posted here. Saram says that Dignitas and Curse disqualified at MLG. And basically what happened here, and I did read about this, so basically both teams agreed to split the pot. That's just, you don't do that. It's just like, this is common sense. They agreed to split the pot, and they didn't care who won. And apparently people assumed that they just goofed around in the final match because they were going to split the pot in half, and they basically were disqualified for doing that. You can't do that. That falls under the umbrella of competitors may not intentionally, this is according to the article, intentionally forfeit a game or conspire to manipulate rankings or brackets. Don't split the pot. Don't go to the other guys. Hey guys, let's just split the pot. I don't feel like playing. You're like, all right. Yep, that collusion is exactly right. So we don't want to see this, and apparently the owner of Dignitas, or I think the CEO of Dignitas, came out and basically stated that he's aware of it, and they're going to investigate it, and they're probably going to take action. People are like, no, don't break up the team. No, don't. They're my favorite team in the whole wide world. If you break them up, I'm going to have to go and cry. I don't want to. Dignitas is my life. Ew. Thanks, Sarams. Next story. Borderlands goes 8-bit in your browser. Yeah, I played this. This is a 8-bit D... What do they call them? D... something. D-make. Yes, a D-make of Borderlands. If you played the first Borderlands, this is probably, you know, tickle your fancy until Borderlands 2 comes out next month. Basically, an 8-bit version of the game. You pick a class, run around shooting people kind of like in a Super Smash Brothers like arena look and feel. Not Super Smash Brothers, but Smash TV. That's what I'm thinking about. Smash TV like arena. Yeah. Very, very cool game. I played about 20 minutes of it before I stopped. It was cute, but I didn't finish it or get to the end or anything. So check it out, guys. PC World, thanks for the story. Endless. Apple wins count. No, that's not gaming related. I already talked about Ubisoft. And let's go to Murray. Someone has already hit level 80. Yeah, I kind of briefly talked about this. This is the guy who hit level 80 in Guild Wars 2 by crafting. Here's the article. French gamer Nate Servius has already hit the Guild Wars 2 level cap of 80. He got it basically by crafting, and the guild provided materials through his ranks. Yep, pretty much what I read as well. So, yep, that's the guy, level 80. And Nintendo Power is ceasing publications after 24 years. Wow. I remember reading this magazine, man, when I was, like, tiny. Yes. Difficult to work with. Nintendo's uninterested in continuing Nintendo Power. Honestly, guys, I didn't even know this magazine was still being published. So that kind of tells you the story. For over 2 decades, Nintendo Power has been one of the most prominent gaming magazines. Let's see. No, Nintendo Power was coming to an end after 24 years. 24 years. 24 years. That's a long time, man. Like I said, that was tiny. Saw a 10% decline in the first half of 2012. I don't know if they were doing a digital version or not, because I think a lot of people are moving towards digital magazines. But I'm sad to see them go. Sad to see them go. I used to read a lot of Nintendo Power, get tips on Mario and stuff like that, and Zelda. Back in the early days. There was no internet back then. There was, but we couldn't use it. And we had to rely on these magazines to get game tips and tricks and stuff like that. You know, you guys with your internets are spoiled. Well, back in my day, we used to run backwards uphill in the snow and read a magazine with our faces upside down. Nintendo Power, goodbye. We will barely miss you because nobody's been reading it. But it's kind of cool that they've been around all the time. All right, Game Streams Tracker says League of Legends is the king of streaming, according to Emmerdale. No surprise here. League of Legends has a huge player base. Probably 1,000 streamers with 10 viewers. On top of the 10,000 viewers of 10,000 viewers. Let's see. They broadcasted this 34,000 channels. Turn the light bulb on. No, twist it that way. There we go. Broadcasted to all these channels. And pretty consistent throughout the months. LOL just basically kicking people's buttocks in streaming. No surprise there. Thanks for the story, Emmerdale. And we got MLG Rally 2012. Leenock wins MLG Rally 2012, according to Sosopi. How much did he win? Mr. Leenock. First time I've heard him winning in a while. I remember he won GSL. He was like, what, 14 then? Very, very young player. But he beat First. Okay. I was like, I saw Incredible Miracle. I am First. He beat First. And Liquid Tasia took home third and fourth and so on. Stefano got ninth place. All right. MLG Rally 2012. Congratulations to Lee Knock. Doing it again, winning them monies. Aetherrock says, Battlefield 3 Armor Kill gets September deployment dates. Deployment dates. So these dates, ooh, that screenshot is very, very high res. Let's see. September 25th for everybody else, but September 11th for premium members. And I think they said PS3 people are going to get it before anybody else. I remember reading that in another article that some PS3 guys are actually going to get it before any premium members. They might be getting it a few days earlier. But yeah, September 11th, which is coming up very soon. That's like, man, what, like 2 weeks? 3 weeks? Yeah, like 3 weeks. Less than 3 weeks. Yeah. Okay, somebody in the chat says September 4th for PS3 Premium. Yep, so they're going to be getting it earlier, a week earlier. Wow. Yep, Armored Kill. Coming soon. Now, I was telling some people, I don't know. I'm not a big vehicle guy in Battlefield. I'm not good with them. So I'm probably going to play some Armored Kill, but not a lot. I'll probably be one of those people in the gunner's chair. Just shooting while somebody else drives. Because I'm not very good with vehicles. But it looks like a great option to have. All right. Next story from Aetherrocks is Guild Wars 2's Economist treats us to beta analysis infographs. Okay, so we got some nice, pretty graphs here. So the y-axis is... Not sure what the y-axis is. Wealth distribution. 85% of wealth. Oh, they're comparing it to the U.S. wealth distribution. Oh. What? Oh, man. Okay, that's cute. Professions. Is that Jim? The jeweler. Okay, the jeweler profession was a favorite by several reasons, but a common pattern we see that the beta weekend skewing player behavior into exploratory areas like jeweler and away from known areas like cooking. I thought cooking was the most interesting because you could like cook real things. All right, the economy, gold earned. It's a lot of good data here, but it's going to take some time to ingest. I can't really just skim over it. Gold earned, most of it came from rewards and tasks, where the least came from interactive objects, like treasure chests. And the next one is quests. Professions. They did that again. They did that again. Currency exchange. Coins per gem against Facebook stock. That's funny. Trading post purchases. Crafting materials. Yeah, that's why I want to get into crafting, man. I want to sell, buy, and sell crafting. That's definitely going to be a big hit. Great data from the Guild Wars 2 beta. Thanks for the story, Aetherrocks. I'm going to do a quick refresh here and see if anybody else posted anything. Oh, that's all the stories I have. So guess what time it is, y'all? Guess what time it is? It's title time. Title time is when you guys come up with snazzy titles based on the stories that we talked about in the show. You post them titles in the chat, and we look at them and we go, that's good, that sucks. That's good, that sucks. That's good, that sucks. And then we pick one of them and we vote. Let's do it right now. Not a lot of titles today. This is going to be a short one. New tribes are sending gamer mode blitzing onto our scenes. We don't talk about Guild Wars 2. Ubisoft doesn't blame their own DRM for piracy. Not sure whether Ubisoft boss is free-to-play savvy or blitzing on pirates. What is this Guild Wars you speak of? Torchlight 2, the release date of the release date. Video games are good. Guild Wars goes FPS, Ubisoft goes FTP. All PC gamers are pirates. See pirates, pirate less than people. Talk about piracy, not gonna talk about piracy. That's the question. How do I play the video game? Alright, let's pick some titles. Looks like there's gonna be very, very weak titles tonight, guys. Oh. Okay. Okay. All right, we're gonna go with that one. All right. Okay, we're gonna create the poll real quick. You guys know what to do. Vote for your title. By the number, type only the number next to the title that you want to see. For Game Chat 1, episode 67. Number 1, all PC gamers are pirates. Torchlight 2, the release date of the release date. And Ubisoft doesn't blame their own DRM for piracy. Type the number, only the number, and that number. Let's go. Yep. Might be a close one. Ten more seconds. Seven, 6, 5, 4. Full stop. Poll results say that the winner is 1. Congratulations! All PC gamers are pirates. Congratulations to Sarams. 1811, you are the winner of Title Time Game Chat with Bwana episode 67. All PC gamers are pirates, and you don't win actual prizes, Sarams, but you win them Game Chat with Bwana accolades, where you can take your friends to receive free Guild Wars gems. You walk inside the room, you go, hey guys, I have this box. They go, what's in the box? Game Chat with Bwana accolades. You open it up, it goes, they go, ah! And then their eyes start crying. Guild Wars 2 gems. And they collect them in their hands and go, I can't stop crying because these gems are falling out of my eyes. And the game chat with Bwana accolades are making my eyes cry gems. You go, well, that's just how game chat with Bwana accolades work. And they go, man, I wish you would have told me before. I like these gems, but they're burning my eyes. You go, well, guys, it's too late. That's game chat with Bwana accolades here at Game Chat with Bwana. Congratulations, Rams, you win. You win Game Chat 1 episode 67. All PC gamers are pirates. We're going to have some interesting comments on our YouTube video. I can see it right now. Well, that concludes our story. That concludes our show. Game Chat 1 episode 67. I want to thank everybody for coming by. We're here at live.bwana.tv and at twitch.tv/Bwana. We do this every Monday, like I said, at 6 p.m. Eastern. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Bwana or at twitter.com/Bwana Live. If you wish to be notified when I go live, you can follow me on Google+. I'm at gplus.2/Bwana. Also, we have a subreddit at reddit.com/rbwanatv. And join our forums at bwana.tv/forums. Come by our channel. We play video games at twitch.tv/Bwana and also at live.bwana.tv. Thanks everybody for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/ILBuffa. I post gameplay videos sometimes. Although it's been kind of dry. I've been posting nothing more than Game Chat with Bwana. I did this thing called What I'm Playing for a while. Kind of fell off a little bit. But we're going to start some stuff up back on our YouTube channel in 1080p. Yes, 1080p is the new insert current popular thing here. Thanks everybody for watching. Take care, everybody. Have a great week. We will see you all next week here at Game Chat with Bwana. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye. Cut. If.